Okay, so we're going to take advantage of the fact that my chiropractor wasn't still ready for me. Or wasn't still ready. She just wasn't ready for me because I'm early. Anyway, so let's take a few minutes. We're going to break this down. It's called the Law of Thirds. And if you have seen me do a workshop before, you have probably heard me talk about this. The Law of Thirds says that when it comes to anything in your classroom, anything, a third of the kids in the class are going to get it right away. A third of them are going to get it by June, which means eventually, and a third of them are never, ever, ever gonna get it. And the really kind of awesome thing is that this is true with nap time, it's true with potty training, it's true with parents bringing back field trip permission slips, it's true with, what did I say, not say already, nap time, I think I said that, cleaning up. A third of the kids clean up right away. They hear that music, whatever it is you do to indicate it's time to clean up, and a third of them are on it, and you love those kids. And another third get it eventually. You're like, oh, that's the cleanup music, and you're like, oh yeah, it has been since, like August. And a third of them never, ever, ever get it. And in workshops, I break that down for you a little bit more in regard specifically to your program. What I want to break it down today for you is in regard to how the Law of Thirds also applies to changing your mind, to changing your practice. When you decide that you want to be more mindful, more intentional, when you have observed or noticed or identified, like there's some stuff I want to change, once you start doing that, I need you to see that it's manageable. And I think the most obvious link back here is with art. Like if you are doing tons and tons and tons of product oriented art, if you are spending more time cutting crap out than it takes the kids to actually glue that together, first of all, that's a craptivity, and you need to just stop doing that. But that's a different workshop. For the sake of this little conversation, the Law of Thirds applies to this decision to change your mind. When you start changing your practice, let's use art specifically as an example. You decide, hey, you know what? We've been doing nothing but product-oriented art. We want this to start being more process-oriented. The Law of Thirds applies. How does it apply? A third of your parents are going to notice. A third of the parents in the program are going to be like, oh my God, things are changed. Another third, the middle third, they notice eventually, usually because these guys told them. And another third, what? I know you're smart people. Another third are never even going to notice that you've stopped doing product-oriented art. But this is where the manageable part comes in. Of the third that actually noticed that you started changing your practice, only a third of them are going to say something. Another third, the middle third, they might say something eventually. But again, it's because one of these guys told them. And there's another third, they noticed, but they're not going to say anything. What's the point? The point is that changing your mind is manageable. Specifically to the art example, you are not going to have, 200 irate mamas barging down your door on Monday being all like, where's my paper plate fish? They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. And that's the takeaway from this first vignette. I want you to realize that changing your mind is hard. I get it. But once you commit to it, it's going to be manageable. Thank you. Have a great day. I'm Lisa Murphy, the OoeyGooeyLady, and I will talk to you soon.